Rohan's Corner, Rohan's Corner, that show's awesome, awesome, it's so awesome, oh so awesome, awesome, awesome. Doesn't Rohan's Corner collect Gobots? That would be really late. One of the many robot franchises on his show. He treats them all the same. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. He's got a wall of fame. Awesome.
Hello everyone and welcome to Rohan's Corner, and today we of course have the special unboxing of my latest haul, a combination of Transformers, Mask and Gobots figures. But before we get into that, for any of you new viewers or subscribers out there, a little bit about me. I'm Rohan, of course. I've been collecting Transformers for 36 years, well and truly ingrained in the Transformers community, having been a former employee at Hasbro UK and at Toys R Us here in the UK. At the same time, I also collect Mask and Gobots, and also have an affinity towards other robot-based franchises, the likes of Robotics, and Battletech, and Bots Master, just to name a few. So let's get straight into the unboxing. I've got a lot of figures, I don't know them all, so please excuse me for any mistakes, and yeah, hope you enjoy. Well, let's take a look at what we've got, shall we? So we'll start off with the Mask figures, starting at the back with Outlaw, who comes with his box, and all the accessories are within inside the truck. As you can imagine, this figure came with a bunch of bits and pieces. Let's have a look, see if I can get it out. There we go. All stowed away in there with the large laser cannon and little hose here, little space area pieces and containers and storage bits, which is quite cool. And obviously with the box, which is nice. I think he's one of the more common figures, unfortunately Outlaw, or at least the truck. At the same time, we also have a Jackhammer, who's one of my favourite vehicles in season 1 of Mask, and never really had him. You can see there inside there's a character. Which character is probably the wrong character in there. Yeah, it looks like a little fun. Yeah, nice little vehicle. I think it's missing the front cover here, unfortunately. It's got still the flip up functionality. Still works, and the guns are still working there. As you drive along, they pop out and shoot. The blast cover here, so he's cool. We also have Mr. Bombay himself, Ali, with his bike, which is quite rare, I believe. Hard to find. The hover bike, Lester Sludge's Sludge Mobile, and Brad Turner's Hocus Pocus bike. I can't remember what the name of that was. Gator here, which I think is missing some accessories. Although it does have obviously the main Gator function, which is kind of the whole point with the pop out sea vessel. And Firecracker here, which does have his ability to hop into 2 with his bike. One of the racing series vehicles here, which obviously was for the Mayhem Brothers. Buzzard, missing the sort of back end of the tail there, unfortunately, but it's quite a rare piece. Behind it we have Switchblade, which everybody loves and is getting really hard to find now. Really nice figure, huge figure actually, when you look at the wingspan and how much space it takes up. But compare it next to Volcano, which is again one from the later racing series, piloted by Jacques Lafleur. And actually this figure itself, this piece, has a electronics which is still working. You can see the little turret going around there. So that's pretty cool. Next to him we have Rhino with Alex Sector sitting inside. I haven't had a play with Rhino yet, but he looks intact. And then in the front here we have Raven and Thunderhawk. Let's bring the camera back so you can see them. Raven and Thunderhawk as You'd expect one of the favourites from the original Season 1 series. The wings do still pop up, the tail lights do still come out for the exhausts, which is cool, and then you can squeeze the back end for some reason, doesn't really do much. He's got one of his bombs there with him. Some of the later racing series cars, along with Hurricane, who does still have his firing missile at the back here and has the ability to pop out his, can't remember how you do it now, there we go, pop out his extension there. He's got this saw blade at the back, and there's a way to, there we go, fire the front missile and open up the canopy here for his weapon. Firefly is missing a wheel, which I think is, to be honest with you, one of the least popular figures in the Mask line. Vampire, which is pretty common, and Piranha, which is pretty common, not in particularly good order. But at the front here, you might just be able to make out all the Mask characters there. So many of them, I need to get them all organised because there are multiples of each character. So like Brad and Buddy, you've got multiples, Alex Sector, Brusato, and obviously Mayhem Brothers, Miles and Maxi themselves, as well as Matt Tracker, and they have some of them different outfits and different masks, like Hondo, and then you've got some of the less common ones like Floyd Malloy and Lester Sludge and Sly Rax and Dagger, etc, etc. But some great characters, and right at the end here we have T-Bob and Scott and T-Bob, who are quite hard to get hold of. Nice little figures there. There you go, Scott and T-Bob. Yeah! Moving on to the Gobots. Obviously at the back we have a box of the Rocklord's Stone Wing Gobot vehicle, I guess you could call it, the Rocklord vehicle. In the film they were used by the Fossil Lords, although they didn't last very long, they were pretty much all just exploded. And within that box there are also two Rocklords as well. Below that we can see the Gobot collection that was included in this lot, and there are some semi-decent ones and some less decent ones. So there's a leader one, he's a bit floppy. There's the Pincher character, who's pretty common, and he is got a dislocated shoulder. Stinger there, who is in okay condition, and a couple of others like Bugly and such, like Man of War, etc. And then we've got this Porsche 928 here, the Super Gobot, which unfortunately has the issue of having the die-cast foot having sheared off, and it is included in the box, but I've never seen die-cast shear off before. But just goes to show you what 35 to 40 years worth of storage can do. And there's some oddballs in here. There's a truck here which looks like a Gobot, but it's actually made by Da Yang Toys, so something different. It's got the logo on there. If you've seen those before, you might have seen that. Da Yang Toys there, and these weird, wonderful plastic vicinities as well. And then right at the back, you might just be able to make out there's a black insect and a black bat. I don't know what they are. They're some sort of knockoffs, along with some sort of praying mantis figure, which comes with an egg. I don't know, some egg former or something. And that's pretty much all of the Gobots. We've got a couple of these pullback MC Toys figures as well, with their motorized systems, which probably don't work anymore. But 1, 2, 3 of those, 4 of those in fact. Before we move on to the Transformers section, we do have obviously Puzzler right at the back. I've taken him out and he's in reasonably good condition actually. In fact, I could only find one issue, which was with Rube, the bottom left car, the black Mercedes, missing the tail light, but otherwise in good condition. In terms of Transformers, there's nothing really sort of very early. I suppose Mirage, being an 84 character, is the earliest. He's missing his wings, unfortunately, but he's in really good condition with all his tyres intact and his missile launcher and his missiles there, missing his gun. We've got the quite rare mail away Downshift, who's an Omnibot, and he's in okay condition, no accessories, doesn't seem to want to close up here at the front. I haven't transformed him yet, so I need to do that. But a little bit obviously off-white, not quite in pristine condition, but it's pretty good considering the scarcity of him these days. At the same time, we have some of the combiner gestalts, specifically Motormaster and the Stunticons in 100% complete condition and with all their accessories. That is a bit of a bonus, to be honest with you. The same goes for Hotspot and the Protector bots, although I couldn't find Hotspot's gun himself, although all the other accessories seem to be there. I'm not 100% sure. This isn't Hotspot's gun, I don't think. It's way too big. It seems like it could be from like a city bot or something. I need to go and transform land or TFU and find out which gun that is. And then of course we've got Lightspeed and a couple of others at the front there. We also have some Action Masters down here, specifically Scorponok and Jackpot. Scorponok is 100% complete. Sorry, Devastator and Scorponok, to be fair, together. Jackpot missing his gun, I believe. And at the same time, that could be his gun. No, maybe not. At the same time, we have a couple of documentation packs. So we've got instruction manuals for Thrust and for Eyebrow and for Ironworks and for some of the other bits and pieces that are included, and a very rare 1992 unused sticker sheet, which I don't know who it's for, but yeah, and that Soundwave puzzle right there. Moving to the back, we have Joyride and Slapdash, those late Engine Masters. I can't remember what the real term was, but yeah, they are 99% complete and 100% complete, so they're pretty cool. Highbrow, as I mentioned from the instructions, he is there missing one gun, but otherwise in good condition. Snaptrap, who's got his feet and his Piranacron head. Maybe this massive gun belongs to Piranacron, I don't know, yeah. Retgar, who's 100% complete, which is amazing. Goldbug next to him, a couple of Sparkerbots and Guzzle and the green car, I can't remember the name. G1 Outback there as well, and a couple of Blasters cassettes in Ramhorn and Rewind there, I think it is. Yeah, Rewind, who are complete as well, which is cool. And then right at the back we have G1.5 Rotorstorm, who is in good condition. In fact, he's in better condition than my original, so I might have to swap him out. The blades are a little bit bent and he's missing his missile launchers, but he's got 5 missiles, which is a bit weird. And the Skystalker Micromaster playset at the back there is virtually 100% complete. It's just missing one of the large sort of front cockpits to the vehicle section for some reason, which is really odd, but it should be easy enough to pick up to replace that. We have Thrust, who had his instruction manual. He is just missing a wing and one small missile, otherwise he's 100% complete. Blitzwing, who is complete, but unfortunately his turret has snapped off. It was a pain. A couple of Trigger Cons there in Backstreet and Ruckus, who are cool. I think I picked up Ruckus at one of the conventions more recently, so unfortunately we've already got him, but I've had a couple of Backstreets over the years. One of the Fire Cons, I never remember their names, and we have G1 Wheelie at the front here, yippee, alongside Runabout, and behind him we have Generation 1 Snarl, who is in nice looking condition on one side, so very chromy, very nice, and then you turn him around on the other side and you realise half his tail is missing and this leg just pops off because it's missing the cover here. Yeah, he's good for parts, but he's in nice condition for parts. And we also have a what were these called? I can't remember. Imposter, something in disguise. I can't remember. Anyway, these little rubberized figures that came with the original Generation 1 series figures. We got G1.5 Quick Mix, which my son will absolutely love. Another of those Saldron thingies, which I can't seem to get rid of those. They just seem to accumulate everywhere. And then at the back, we've got some sort of Voltron-y things, which I don't know much about. In fact, in the box, which is full of loads of crap, there are more accessories for those. They're really heavy, those die-cast pieces at the back there, whatever they are. We also have some pretenders, some rare ones, Wave Rider, Double Header, and Longtooth, and they look to be about 99% complete. I think Double Header's just missing his wings, but otherwise they're all there. And they're quite rare and hard to find. Moving on to these, Micromaster Transport Erector, everybody's favourite, and the Micromaster Base Ironworks, which looks to be complete, I believe, and a bunch of Micromasters themselves, of course. And on top of that, we have some more accessories, some for Rodimus Prime and some for Streetwise for some reason. There's double of him. Don't know whose gun that is, and I don't know whose that belongs to. And then Optimus Prime Generation 1 accessories there for some reason, along with this Division Panther big ass Jeep. Don't know what that belongs to, and a bunch of cars here, which again, not really sure what they're for, but someone must have played with them at some point. And some random spare accessories which are in the mask box, which I've got to find out if they belong to mask figures or other things. So yeah, some sort of small haul there. I still have yet to play with a lot of them to figure out if they're all in good condition and non-broken. I will have fun with doing that. Some of these are definitely not going anywhere, but okay, a couple of them, especially most of the Transformers, to be honest with you, I'll have to part out and sell on because they're just going to be doubles in my collection. And now if I'm adding Mask and more Gobots, then I'm not going to have much space. So I hope you've enjoyed this unboxing slash opening slash unveiling of my haul. If you have any questions, drop them down in the chat and I'll be more than happy to shoot you a reply. Until next time, I've been Rohan here on Rohan's Corner. Back to the studio.
Transformers, Rohan's in disguise.